Revirron.
Great. Firstly, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for the invite.
Amazing stage performance. A lot of thoughts, a lot of interesting things you said. For you personally, what is the main output of this and why?
Okay. I think the main output of this is that through this project and its implementation, we got the teams working together better, interestingly. So it's not necessarily the project per se, but getting the guys aligned, having one number, one source of data, using a new technology, seeing the benefits of the technology has been an incredible journey. So I think it's also impacting very much the motivation of people, and I think this is very important.
You are smiling, so the next question is really common. So are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future?
You mean the future of the project, the self-driving supply chain?
Yeah.
No, I'm very optimistic. I think the whole team is very proud of what has been done in our company. It's a very collective success that has been initiated by the CEO, so very high visibility. Actually, our head of supply chain became the CIO of the company. So you see the connections between supply chain and IT. So that has created a great momentum. I think it's a question of patience. So the question is, how far can you go? We've done the first wave of products. We are moving to the next wave. Getting to the full automated self-driving supply chain for all the SKUs of the company is still a few years ahead of us, obviously.
Okay, you were also talking about the self-driving drug delivery. There was also some question from the other guys. So how important is self-driving drug delivery concept for the Merck?
I just need to understand what you mean by self-driving delivery.
I mean that it was in your presentation. This self-driving drug delivery. And it's
okay.
Or the I mean autonomy, yeah.
Autonomous, yeah. So basically, the prescriptive, the last step is basically out of the demand forecast and the logistics forecast, the production forecast. The system is generating orders directly to the different factories and optimizing that, right? So I think this is by design what we are trying to do and to achieve. There was another question which was related to the delivery to the end customer. One of the complexities we have in our industry is that each and every market is different in terms of what you can do, what you cannot do. I give you an example. In the United States, you can deliver at the point of the pharmacy a box, right, with the different tabs, whereas in other countries you cannot do that, right? I think there is a lot of interest, meaning in the self-driving, if you mean by that, to the end point, from an accessibility point of view, in remote areas. And I think I was mentioning Africa. This is not the only example. I think there is potential of technology, not necessarily self-driving delivery, but technology-enabled delivering of drug in some areas is a very interesting opportunity.
So, but basically, what are the biggest challenges for the companies like Merck?
Well, I think we need to stay focused on developing our drugs for the benefits of patients. That's the big investment.
So it's easy.
Yeah, it's very easy. It just takes 10 years and several billions, but that's okay. So I think we need to stay focused on what is really the core, which is the innovation in our company, the research. I think this self-driving supply chain and digitalization is very important. I think the key challenge is to be selective and identify areas where you really have an impact on that helps delivering on your strategy objectives, right? So I see out of these conferences and the discussions we have that you could think about digitalizing everything, right? For us, what is very important is having the different stakeholders sit together, agree on what are the promising technologies, what are the ones that are relevant for us, and what are the ones we're going to go for in a very selective way. One of the challenges we have is that there is so much excitement around digitalization, is that everyone in the company is becoming a digital expert, right? So a challenge is, again, align the different stakeholders, have a plan which is long-term, forward-looking, get the senior management and endorsement, prioritize and deliver. That's the point. Unless you have a lot of dilution, you do lots of nitty-gritty interesting things, but you don't have a big impact.
Last but not least question.
Sure.
When I was listening to you and the other speakers, basically we are talking about the new era for the companies, new era for the customers, new era for the mankind. So how we should adapt to this new era? What your suggestion is for the companies or for people?
Well, I think it's training, right? People, and people. Get the right people, challenge ourselves. In our industry, this is complex because the pace of implementation is very slow, and we are talking about something that comes to us externally, which is changing very, very fast. So in order to be able to step back and analyze these things, you need to have people with a different mindset, and the ability, and I think this is a great value of having people with cross-functional expertise, to really see what's going on and again prioritize, etc. So the job of people will be impacted. They will have to work differently. Means that you need to develop them, you need to attract the talent, you need to develop people, and I think this is for me the biggest priority for our companies.
Great, thank you for the interview.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thanks.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.